let's talk about spreadsheets. We love them, but they're terrible for security, and they're not databases. I remember attending a talk many years ago, and the presenter said, "I've got this amazing tool called Lotus 123, and he gave a practical demonstration of doing some calculations. The people in the audience were stunned by the simplicity of its operation. It was really the birth of a thing that drives many businesses, the spreadsheet. They are just so simple to use, and we all love them. And so in the PSNI, or Police Service of Northern Ireland, data breach, it is a simple Excel spreadsheet that has been pinpointed as the carrier of highly sensitive information. Overall, in the breach, there were 4 major failings: a lack of training and awareness from those handling the Freedom of Information request, a lack of checking and sign-off within the process. Documents should be marked with the security classification required and the access rights defined properly to highly confidential documents. The use of spreadsheets to store sensitive data. I hope the first 2 are quite obvious in mitigating against. Basically, send staff on cybersecurity courses and improve your sign-off procedures. Now let's turn to the mighty Microsoft Excel. So what's wrong with spreadsheets? Well, they're not databases and should not be used as a database. I've done quite a few code reviews and I'm always shocked by the number of back-end databases that use Microsoft Excel. Basically, Excel is a basic computing engine and it is optimized for small problems and not for those that a database can cope with. But the main weakness is that it has virtually no inbuilt security and should not be used for sensitive data. Unfortunately, Microsoft has never really properly integrated security into Excel, and even encrypted documents often have flaws in their operation. A cyber-aware world has moved on from spreadsheets, and in many organizations we see SaaS, software as a service, and which restricts the access to data. Only those with the rights to access key elements of the data can then get access to it. HR systems too are often carefully guarded in cloud-based systems. In fact, moving your data into the public cloud really gives you an excellent viewpoint on how to protect sensitive data. I've seen some excellent data protection teams operating in banks, and much of their work is driven by automated software. I appreciate that data sometimes needs to be exported into a spreadsheet, but if it does, it should be encrypted in its basic form and not rely on the operating system to do this. Perhaps law enforcement in places is a decade behind the finance industry in setting up SOCs, or security operation centres, and where a well-run security infrastructure would be continually scanning for sensitive documents. Data protection procedures have been implemented in many finance companies for years, and where scanners pick up documents that are stored in places where they shouldn't be. Network scanners too can pinpoint sensitive documents within the infrastructure, and also when they're sent outside the network. Any document that leaves an organisation, such as the police, should at least be triaged, no matter if it's for email or web. The detection of telephone numbers, personal names and addresses in a document is fairly trivial with the usage of regular expressions. An alert should have gone up with the loading of the file with so many personal details. Conclusions. Policing needs to learn from this data breach. They need to increase awareness and implement training, along with better sign-off procedures. But basically, they need to catch up with the rest of the world and implement proper safeguards on sensitive information. The days of marking a document as confidential are gone. We need better data handling, and spreadsheets are typically not part of this for managing highly sensitive information. I believe that the police and other government agencies can learn a great deal from the finance industry on cybersecurity practices. They are the most attacked sector but have one of the lowest amounts of data breaches. Thanks.